to order, and if you would please call the roll.
Senator Sadlaw?
Here.
Senator Howe?
Here.
Senator Lucas? Senator Edwards?
Here.
Senator Deeds? Senator Marsden? Senator Peterson?
Here.
Senator Barker?
Here.
Senator Favola?
Here.
Senator Lewis?
Here.
Senator Norman?
Here.
Senator McDougal?
Here.
Senator Vogel? Senator McPike?
Here.
And Senator Locke.
Present.
Madam Chair,
Okay,
you have
so-
a quorum.
Thank you so much. We have a few appointments to make this morning, so we will run through those in fairly short order because we're running up against JLARC that starts at 10. So we'll begin with the charitable gaming board. We have one citizen vacancy to that board. We have 3 names that have come forward: W. Ed Mansfield, Mark Cooper, and Samuel Tad Berman. My recommendation is Mark Cooper.
I will second that.
Okay, any other nominations for the charitable gaming board?
Who is he?
Mark Cooper owns the Mercury Entertainment Center in the city of Hampton. He also is the founder and CEO of the Marching Elites Drill Association. He's been involved with charitable gaming for quite some time.
Yeah.
At the Mercury Entertainment Center, he holds bingo. Well, he hasn't been having it now since COVID, but he's been engaged in that for quite some time.
Thank you. I know who he is. I just wanted to be sure it was the same one, Senator Locke. Thank you.
Do you know Mark?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so do we need to take a roll call vote on that? Or
Yes,
do I just?
Yes.
Everybody
You don't
probably
need a roll call, just a voice vote.
Okay, all in favor of Mark Cooper, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. We'll now move to the Clean Energy Advisory Board. There is one citizen vacancy. We have several names here. Senator Hashmi is recommending Aliyah Farouk. Senator McClellan has put in 2 names. Tyson, I think it's Gray McLean. Senator Pillion has recommended Gary Hart. I think it is Hart or Harl. Hurl. And Senate staff recommends Taylor Brown and Kirk Johnson.
Question, Madam Chair?
Yes, Senator Favola.
Thank you. I guess this is a question to staff or to Hobie. Did you recommend Taylor Brown and Kirk Johnson because they somehow have been attending meetings or
No.
are involved?
Madam Chair, those are not recommendations by us. Those are recommendations by, in the code, it says that MDV SEIA staff will recommend someone, and their recommendation is Taylor Brown. And then Kirk Johnson is recommended by the person who had to resign.
Right.
And so we have put them in via those 2 entities.
Okay. Well, Madam Chair, I guess I will go ahead and I'll recommend Taylor Brown.
Any other recommendations? Okay, all those in favor of Taylor Brown, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, thank you very much.
You have one more vacancy on that.
I was going to say, yeah.
I said, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so we have one additional citizen vacancy that ends in 23. Do we have a recommendation for that vacancy? No, that's the one that ends in.
You're correct.
Okay, right.
You're correct.
Madam Chair, I believe Taylor Brown matches the requirements for the vacancy that ends in 2023.
That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's what I thought. So this one would end in 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'd like to nominate Alia Farouk.
I'll second that.
Okay, any further nominations for this particular vacancy?
Who's that person?
Aya Farouk of Chester is Vice Chair of the Steering Committee for Virginia Interfaith Power and Light and the Board of Directors for the Virginia Interfaith Center for Public Policy.
Yeah, good. Okay.
So it brings in a faith-based group.
Okay, all those in favor of Aya Farouk, please let it be known by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, thank you. We'll now move to the Employment Service Organization Steering Committee. We have one citizen vacancy. And there was only one nomination coming forward. That was Stephanie Hoyer of Roanoke.
Madam Chair, I recommend.
I nominate Stephanie Hoyer.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor of Stephanie Hoyer, please let it be known by saying aye.
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 Any opposition? Thank you. That nomination will move forward. We now move to the Intergovernmental Cooperation Commission. There's one Senate vacancy, but from what I see, Hobie, we did not get nomination for that.
Yes, Madam Chair, that's correct.
Does that ever meet?
No.
It does not meet, but it's in place in the event that we have to be involved in negotiating a compact between different states. And it's also the group that handles the council, state governments, and NCSL contracts.
Can I volunteer someone?
Yes.
I would like to volunteer Senator Kiggins.
Mamie, Hunter
Yes.
Andrews stuck me on that, and they hadn't met in 10 years.
Okay, so,
I second the nomination.
all right. All right, so let's now move to the Land Conservation Foundation Board of Trustees. We have one Senate vacancy, and thank you, Senator Vogel, for continuing to serve on that, even though your term had ended. We have one Senate vacancy on land conservation. We have individuals who have nominated themselves, and one person nominated by Senator Normant. The Senators Eben, McDougall, DeSteff, and Stewart.
Madam Chair, I actually recommend Senator Stewart. He cares deeply about these issues. He's actually pretty dedicated.
Which commission is this?
This is the Land Conservation Foundation Trustees.
I'll second that.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, all those in favor of Senator Stewart, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to the Minority Business Commission. We have 3 citizen vacancies and 3 Senate vacancies. So we'll start with the citizen vacancies. We have, let's see, Stephanie Clark, let's see, Tom Gibson, Trina Coleman, Tiffany Boyle, I think it's Tin Thun, Mark Kennedy, R.J. Narong
And you
as
also
the
have
citizen
Angela Chang.
nominees.
Yeah.
Who else?
Angela Chang.
Yeah, Angela Chang.
Yeah.
I can only speak for the person that I nominated, and that's Trina Coleman. Dr. Coleman is CEO and president of Coleman Comprehensive Solutions, which is an educational and IT consulting and services firm. Her business is SWAM certified, and she tries to reach out to students who have deficiency gaps in math and science. And what is very important about Trina is that she is the second of 5 African-American women in the nation to obtain a degree in theoretical nuclear and quantum physics.
I nominate her.
That's right.
I second that.
Yeah.
Can she explain it?
Wow.
That sounded like a nomination square.
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favor of Dr. Coleman, please say aye.
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 That's 1 down. So we have 2 more citizen nominees. We have Tom Gibson. He's the only other one that I see, and and Tiffany Boyle, who have some extensive information about them.
Right.
And Angela, I think it's Chiang of Chesterfield, who's Director of Operations for the Virginia Department of Small Business and Supplier Diversity. Tom Gibson of Alexandria, who is an affordable housing developer and board member for Virginia Housing, who has a master's in business administration from Cornell, and Go Virginia, member of the Virginia Finance Commission. Tiffany Boyle is the Newport News Commissioner of Revenue, but she was instrumental in advocating for the Minority Business Commission, and she's also was a small business owner.
Madam Chair.
I'll nominate her.
Yeah, Tiffany Boyle. I was going to say that too. I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor of Tiffany Boyle, please say aye.
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 Those opposed? Any opposed? Okay, there was some information about Mark Kennedy, who is from Mason Neck. He's a senior principal consultant for Jelani Networks Company. And RJ, I think it's Narang, who's the president and CEO of Renegade Technology Systems.
Mr. Fan is also the chairman of the Asian Chamber of Commerce for the Commonwealth.
Who is that, Senator
Tin
McGee?
Fan. Tin Fan.
Okay.
All right. Right.
I'll nominate Tom Gibson.
I was going to say, yeah. I'll second
Who is
that.
that?
Tom Gibson.
Okay, so all those in favor of Tom Gibson, let it be known by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Okay, so we have our 3 citizen members. We now need 3 senators. Individuals, Senator Kiggins nominated herself. So did Senator Sproul.
Which commission is this,
And-
Matt?
This is the Minority Business Commission.
Okay.
Those were the only two senators who put forward their names.
I'll nominate Senator Sproul, Madam Chair.
And I'll nominate Senator Kiggins.
Second to both.
Okay, all in favor of those two senators, please say aye.
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 Okay, so we
Aye.
would thank you. Those two senators have both been agreed to. We would still need one senator.
I'll do it.
Yeah, good.
All right.
Is that
All right,
Chap?
I nominate
Yeah.
Chap Peterson.
I'll nominate Chap.
Second.
Okay, so Senator Peterson, all in favor, would please say aye.
Aye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so have a full complement for the Minority Business Commission.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. So now we have the Rural Virginia Board of Trustees Center. We have one citizen vacancy. We have the names of William Bratton of Bath, R. Morgan Quick of Richmond County, he's the Richmond County Administrator. William Bill Franklin of Duffield, the Chief Executive Officer of Scott County. And Ann Herring of Rockbridge was recommended by the Rural Virginia Board of Trustees. Also recommended by Senators Hanger and Ruff.
I
Morgan
recommend
Quick
Ann
is the
Herring.
former Senate page.
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Who is?
Yes,
Madam
Morgan
Chair,
Quick.
Senator Peterson.
I represent Richmond County. They're a client of mine, so I'm going to recuse myself. But before I recuse myself, I will say I've had very good dealings with Morgan Quick, and then I'll recuse myself.
Okay. Senator Favola, you were saying?
Yeah, well, Madam Chair, I'm gonna recommend Ann Herring.
Second.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay, all those in favor of Ann Herring, please let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those
Aye.
opposed? So Ann Herring will represent on the Rural Virginia Board of Trustees. Okay, we will now move to the Southwest Virginia Health Authority. And we have Senator Pillion.
I'll nominate Senator Pillion.
I'll second that. Yeah.
Okay, so all those in favor of Senator Pillion, please let it be known by saying aye.
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 Opposition. Okay, we'll now move to the Virginia Beach Mass Shooting Commission, which is a new commission. We have 5 citizen vacancies. And we have the names of David Lord of Alexandria, the Deputy Commonwealth's Attorney. We have Dr. Adolph Brown III of Virginia Beach, who is a psychologist. And we have Sheriff Ken Stolley.
I'll nominate those 3.
Second it.
Yeah, I'd second that.
Second.
Okay, we have motion and a second on those 3 names. All in favor of those 3, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? So we have those 3, and we're still in need of 2 additional citizens for that commission. So we will continue to look for 2 additional citizens to serve on that commission. So we have completed the work of the appointments, with the exception of 2 additional members to serve on the Virginia Beach Mass Shooting Commission, which we will continue to, Hobie, ask for additional nominations for citizen members. Thank you you, folks. Y'all did good.
Madam
All
Chair.
right, thank
I'm gonna
you,
have to
Madam
give you a
Thank you, Madam
raise.
Chair.
Very efficient.
Chair. Yeah.
Hold on. I think Senator McPike was trying to speak there.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wanted to take a moment just to get a little bit of the temperature of the committee, Madam Chair. We had discussed this at one of our prior rules committee, the number of bill limits. And I know the committee had sort of adopted the 25 threshold, which is 1,000 bills for special session. And I think we learned a little bit through the special session that we just had in terms of the logistical challenge of sort of taking testimony and feedback, and wanted to certainly get some additional discussion on a consideration of a 15 bill limit. That's 600 bills for our short session coming up, giving the logistics of coordinating committee testimony, of which could be substantial on bills, and given the appropriate time for public comment on those. As we know, we also deal with changes to bills and substitutes that has logistical challenges of uploading, so those in the public can also see those, which might require that committees pass bills by for the day for additional review and public comment consideration. So I did want to put that out there based on 1,000 bills in a short session or 600 bills. And I think there's some substantial consideration and discussion that may be warranted based on limitations of access and technology.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chairman, comment.
Hold up.
This
Who was yelling at me?
me,
Comment.
Susan, your clerk.
Sorry. Yes, Susan.
The House has a limit under their rules of 8 bills in a short session. So just wanted to clarify that.
Madam Chairman.
Okay. Is Tommy? Yes, Tommy.
I would suggest 10 bills. This isn't a joke. I'm absolutely serious about it.
I'm hearing 10. I'm hearing 15.
Senator Norman, my smile was enthusiasm.
Madam Chair, I would.
Madam Chair,
Thank you.
Chair,
Hear me.
I think,
Yes, Senator Vogel.
Madam Chair, I think they both are geniuses. I think given the logistics of and the limitations of the current COVID session, that anything larger than 10 or 15 is just unwieldy and a real challenge. So I'm hugely in favor of fewer bills.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Senator Favola, then Senator Edwards.
I certainly can agree that we need fewer bills, and 15 feels right to me. But I guess my question is more of a process question. Are we willing to put that limit into our actual operating resolution?
It will not go into the resolution, no.
So this would, in effect, just for clarity purposes, in effect, this would be a gentleman's agreement among senators. Am I correct in that?
I mean, it's never been in writing, as far as I know, has it, Ryan or Tommy?
No,
I don't think so.
not as far, unless Susan corrects me, as far as I know, when we've established limits, we've just not allowed anybody to introduce more bills than that. So it's more than a gentleman's agreement, but not necessarily in the rules. So once you pass that number, we historically had required unanimous consent to introduce more.
It has been in the procedural resolution once or twice.
Yeah.
But you can also do it like the directive of the Senate Rules Committee on memorial and commending resolutions, not to raise another issue. But, you can do a Senate resolution that limits the number of bills. If you have it in writing, it's a lot easier for staff to tell some members no.
I'm just
Madam Chair.
I'm hearing
Madam
we
Chair,
need to do that.
the one thing I would say is and I agree with the 15 bill limit, if we need to compromise between Senator Norman and what Senator McPike brought up, maybe 12 would work, but either I'm comfortable with 12 or 15, but I think there needs to be a process when we keep bills this low, given that the tumultuous times that we're in, there may be some things that come up that Senate rules could perhaps review and approve to the floor for unanimous consent, and here are, some reasons for why the bill needs to be introduced, as opposed to just the kind of pro forma stuff that takes place on the floor, because there are going to be significantly important things that pop up that we just were unforeseen, and we need to have some mechanism and some process for getting it to the floor in a little bit more of an informed fashion than the usual last minute request. That would be my suggestion.
Madam Chair?
I'm sorry, John. Senator Edwards.
Several things to keep in mind. First of all, not everybody's going to put in the max. Secondly, so multiplying 10, 20, 15, however many it is, by 40 is not really a reasonable way to look at it. Secondly, there are a lot of commissions, like the Code Commission, will have some bills. Got to take that into consideration. And thirdly, inevitably, local governments or somebody comes in toward the end. They don't even come to see you until after Christmas or something. And so inevitably, there's somebody needs to have something. So we got to keep that in mind. I don't think 15 is unreasonable, but I think we got to keep that in mind. Flexibility is what I'm asking for.
Madam Chairman.
Senator Norman.
Thank you, ma'am. Following up on John's comments, I think that if the Rules Committee was to make this decision, that even though we're in mid-November, if we were to announce that at this point in time, that local governments would just have to suck it up if they wait until the last moment. I think in fairness, if we announce it and make it very public, then that may discourage some of the 11th hour actions. Thank you, ma'am.
Madam
Okay,
Chair,
so
I move we set a
go
limit.
ahead,
of 10.
Senator Lewis.
I move we set a limit of 10.
I'll second that.
Heard that.
I move that we,
Okay, the motion is to have a limit of 10
the substitute motion.
with a second. Yes,
Substitute
Senator
motion
Edwards.
15.
I'll second that 15. Most people aren't going to put in 15 bills anyway.
The substitute motion is a limit of 15. We'll move on the substitute motion first. I hope we call the roll, please, on the substitute motion.
Senator Saslow.
Aye.
Senator Howell.
No.
Senator Lucas. Senator Edwards.
Aye.
Senator Deeds. Senator Marsden.
Aye.
Senator Peterson.
Where did he go?
He's not showing on the screen.
Okay. Senator Barker.
Aye.
Senator Favola.
You muted, Barbara.
Aye. Excuse me.
Senator Lewis.
No.
Senator Norman.
No.
Senator McDougal.
He's still on the screen.
No.
Got it. Senator Vogel.
No.
Senator McPike.
No.
Senator Locke.
No.
5 ayes, 7 nays.
Okay, we'll now move to the primary motion of 10.
Madam Chair, would the Senator Lewis be willing to amend to 12 at Marsden's suggestion?
Always willing to split the baby, Senator McPike.
I'll, if that's his motion, I'll second the amended motion.
So the amended motion is to have a bill limit of 12. Janet, are you willing to second that?
Me? Sure.
Because you seconded the other one. So okay, so Hobie, if you would call the roll on that.
Yes, ma'am. Senator Sadlow.
Aye.
Senator Howe,
Aye.
Senator Lucas, Senator Edwards,
No.
Senator Deeds, Senator Marsden,
Aye.
Senator Peterson, Senator Barker.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Senator Favola,
Aye.
Senator Lewis,
Aye.
Senator Norman,
No.
Senator McDougal,
Aye.
Senator Vogel,
Aye.
Senator McPike,
Aye.
Senator Locke.
Aye.
10 ayes, 2 nays.
Okay, so that will be our position in terms of 12 bills. Remember that we still have unanimous consent, and I think that we should put this out immediately. Yes. So that folks will know that this is the bill limit for the upcoming session and forevermore, as far as I'm concerned.
I wouldn't put that in the announcement, but yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate your attention this morning and being present for this Rules Committee meeting. And for those of you who are at JLARC, see you in a few minutes.
Bye. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.